That'll drop him to 4 under.
He seemed a little nervous, Jim, on the practice tee and the practice green. He still is a little worried about his putting. He's putted a lot better, but not as well as the Curtis Strange that you usually see.
So now he's 3 strokes out of the lead. So he moves to the 3rd tee. Back to the first fairway. Mark Brooks.
Mark has 155 yards to the hole. The flag is in the very back portion of the green today, and right now he's trying to gauge swirling winds. It would appear that the wind is coming from his right, and I think we heard him say he's going to hit an 8-iron.
One of the many great planes droning by overhead.
Headed for O'Hare.
Now these fellas need a couple of nice iron shots into the green. Wait for a nice smooth start if they can.
And
well, a little bit lucky there. You see, just came onto the edge of the green. Could have easily bounced the other way.
now on tape, here is Steve Jones, 6 under for the day, 5 under for the championships, but it's his 3rd shot on the par 4 18th hole. Oh, what a shame.
Well, he had it all going. If he could have, well, ifs and buts, if he could have got no more than a 4, he could set a good target.
Jess Lumen on the 2nd tee. All right. Smack in the middle. All right, let's have a look again at the leaderboard. There it is. The U.S. Open was first played in the Chicago area in 1897, fittingly at the Chicago Golf Club. The winner was English-born Joe Lloyd, who then had a club job in Massachusetts. The Open actually was then nothing more than a tag-on to the U.S. Amateur played earlier in the week on the same course. In fact, the Open was a 36-hole event done in one day so that the pros wouldn't be away from their clubs too long. Joe Lloyd's prizes, $150 and a handsome gold medal. Now to the first tee, the final pairing, and Ron Reed, the starter of the USGA.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the final pairing of the 90th United States Open Championship conducted by the United States Golf Association. The referee is Grant Spaeth, president of the USGA from Palo Alto, California. The observer is Buzz Taylor of Lake Forest, Illinois. Mr. Taylor is a member of the USGA Executive Committee. The special observer is Michael Attenborough, captain of the Royal and Ancient Golf Club, St. Andrews, Scotland. The players are Mike Donald of Hollywood, Florida. And Billy Ray Brown of Missouri City, Texas. Mr. Donald has the honor. Play away, please.
That's Billy Ray Brown, 6'3", 195, burly, but soft-spoken man playing his first U.S. Open, and now Mike Donald. Well, that's about as middle as you can get.
Nothing wrong with that. It's moments like this, Jim, that the inner battle takes over. You've got to be get at peace with yourself early on. Everybody gets nervous. But I always felt at times like this, you always think, what is the worst thing that can happen to you? Somebody can jump out and hit you on the head with a crowbar. So you try and enjoy it. The great thing is, look, it's not life or death, really. I'm going to try and enjoy this, concentrate as hard as I can. Think what I'm doing, try and put it on the fairway and then get it on the green and savor the moment and enjoy it. Not
Both
so
of
easy to do, but those two good drives there.
Beautiful. Certainly one of the hardest shots of the day, the first one, I should think. Here they come.
Hey, Gardner, get well, Ben. Get back with us.
Hey, Mom and Dad.
That's a little poise, huh? Well, that was going on. Here was Mark Brooks on the first hole. Remember, he had a narrow escape from the bunker there. That's good.
Yes, it's a nice, tidy par 4. This first hole down between the trees, giant oaks, so many of them here at Medinah. The fairway slopes right to left, and it just curves round a little bit at the end to a fairly sloping green. Not a huge target. There you see the green there at the end, and the lake just beyond. Bunkers left and right. Slightly elevated green. You don't want to go whizzing through the back of this green, or missing it to the left leaves you an awkward little chip back up the hill.
And you saw some of the many thousands of trees of Medinah, of which you'll see a lot today, and of which the competitors hope you'll see very little. Mark Brooks on 2.
182 yards today. 4 irons, club of choice for most players. That bunker's caught a lot of balls this morning, Jim.
Any particular reason they're going left?
Well, the wind's coming across the lake from their right to left, and if you try to get too greedy with this pin, that's where you're going to put the ball.
Now, Curtis with a chance to get back the one he lost at the second hole.
Hit sort of an indifferent second shot. Got way up in the air and missed to the right.
More of an approach putt here than a birdie attempt. Or is it effort?
That's very beautiful putt from such long range.
I should say.
Greg Norman going well, Jim. 6 under now after 10 holes. That's 4 under today.
Here's Larry Nelson, the former champion.
Larry with a 4-iron. This is a good-looking shot. He made a great confidence builder at the first hole, an 8-foot second putt.
That putt then to tie for the lead. Billy Ray Brown, second shot on 1.
Billy Ray with 155, pin on the back right, 28 yards. Very difficult pin placement. Wind coming from right to left. He has an 8-iron.
The voice of Jerry Pate, who's with that group.
That ball looks like it needs to get up just a little bit. A good-looking shot on line. Wind seemed to knock it down. The wind is really coming up now. It's going to be a big factor today.
27 years old, Billy Ray Brown, again in his first U.S. Open.
And he had to go through the qualifying rounds. And who was the last person to go through the qualifying rounds and win the Open? The gentleman out there with him, Jerry Pate.
Mike Donald, same distance, 155 with a little 7-iron. Mike likes to work the ball from left to right, so I think he'll take this 7 and sort of hold it into that crosswind. Both players extremely nervous starting out today.
Come on, man. Come on.
All right.
Pretty good stroke there. 2 good seconds.
I'm very impressed with these guys. So far, they were very, very nervous.
Nicklaus in a bunker. Third shot at the 7th hole. Seventh hole is a par 5. So if that is in fact his third shot, he's in pretty good shape. Now again, leaders Brown and Donald still on the first hole. Then Greg Norman, look at that. 6 under par, only a shot out of the lead all of a sudden after 10 holes. Tim Simpson, Larry Nelson, Jeff Sluman, Mark Brooks, all 1 shot out of the lead. Nick Faldo at 5 under. Larry Mize right there. Mike Reed, Curtis Strange at 4 under. Olazabal of Spain, Fuzzy Zeller, the former champion, back on the track. Steve Jones did a fine round of 67 today. All those. Jack Nicklaus at 3 under. Scott Simpson still not out of it. Phil Mickelson, the amateur, 3 under for the day and for the championship. He's the left-hander from Arizona State, and a lot will be heard of him. Now to the 5th hole, the only man with a chance at the fabled professional Grand Slam that's never been achieved this year. Of course, he won the Masters, giving him that opportunity.
Jim, this putt is very, very fast. It's going to break to his right, and he really has to be careful. If he could knock this 3 or 4 or 5 feet by.
Careful enough.
Oh, yes. What a putt, though. I was just going through that leaderboard with you there, Jim. Some terrific names from the world of golf on the leaderboard. It's a long time since I've seen so many big names in with a chance to win a championship.
And yet, the lesser-known ones still by a thread on top.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that brings Nick Faldo to 6 under, 2 under for the day, and within a shot of the lead. Well, there you see winners of Masters and the U.S. Open in the same year. And there have only been those. First green now. Billy Ray Brown.
This putt from about 25 feet uphill, breaking from right to left. Kind of putt you don't want to really give it an aggressive roll on the first hole. I think he just wants to coast it up there, try to make 4, get started.
Good line.
Okay.
Good line. Well, Jim, it's 77 years since a player won this championship at his first attempt. So, Master Ray Brown there, Billy Ray, may. He's got as good a chance as any.
Yep.
Of taking home the great trophy.
Up on the 2nd hole now, we have Larry Nelson with the putt that could tie him for the lead.
Jim, this putt is shorter than the 2nd putt that he made at the 1st green. This is about 7 feet, I would guess, and at an angle where there may not be a lot of break to this putt. Obviously, though, if it swings to Larry's right.
Silhouetted against the waters of Lake Kadijah, of which you will see quite a bit today. The 2nd hole, on the 13th, the 14th, just on the tee shot there, and on 17.
He's wearing the clerical purple today.
Yes. Or the Royal.
He's a very cool cookie, this fella. I've admired his play for a long time.
Oh. Took up the game at the age of 21. That's very unusual.
And within 3 years was out on the tour, which is even more remarkable.
Now Mike Donald.
This putt from about 7 feet downhill.
Mike Donald has the lead by himself. He's 8 under par. 34-year-old touring professional. Nicklaus trying to go 4 under at the par 5 7th.
Looks to be down the right.
And yes,
it came through. That was a beauty. It looked as if it was going to leak away to the right. Tell you what, he's a tough cookie as well, isn't he? Wonderful player.
So he hangs on 4 strokes behind Mike Donald. There it is, Billy Ray now a shot out of the lead. Then Norman, Faldo, Simpson, that's Tim Simpson, Nelson, and Sluman. This is going to be something.
It'll be someday.
Greg Norman still looking for his first U.S. Open. He's had so many.
Look at these great names, though, on the board here,
Yeah.
Jim. Everywhere you go, and they're all within, you know, 5 or 6 strokes, and so much can happen. I mean, if you were a betting man, you'd have to think that a playoff is almost inevitable. Surely, can somebody just break away and do something spectacular over the closing holes to just sneak in and win the trophy?
Takes only one.
Yep.